All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for week number 2 of the Thunder Throwdown Challenge Series. At this time, I am going to ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of tonight's national anthem.
Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets were blare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Again, this is week number 2 of the Thunder Throwdown Challenge Series. Right now we do have 4 cars in the lobby. As we get ready to quickly take a look at the points, I will get ready to pull them up right here. All right, so there you see this series has had somewhat of a small car count. Getting ready to get it to where I can see them a little bit better. All right, so leading the points right now is Bobby Everton. Second is Michael Lonis. Falcon Smith is third. Dustin Sargent and Brian Gunderson are tied for fourth. Again, we have 4 cars here tonight. Right now, it is Bobby Everton that is missing, and Dustin Sargent, Matthew Mateer, making his first Thunder Throwdown Challenge Series start. That 64 just popped up on screen. There he is again. I do know Bobby Everton is working on getting into the lobby. And again, guys, if you're watching this, either live or delayed post-race, go ahead, please like it, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know every time we come up live. Whoa. Fighting off some hiccups for some reason. right now in practice with about 5 minutes to go, Falcon Smith is the quickest in practice with a 13.201. Only 31 thousandths behind him is Matthew Mateer with a 13.232 and 4/100ths off the leader is Michael Lonis. Michael Lonis now jumping up to the top of the board with a 13.134. Right now the field is separated by just, well, about 0.3 of a second between these four cars. Again, we are expecting to have one more come in, at least one more before we start qualifying here. Right now, watching that 64 of Matt Mateer. He is the only one on track at the moment, as we have just over 3 minutes left. In practice here. The 008 of Bobby Everson has entered the lobby. You've seen him sitting on pit road there. He hasn't pulled out to put up a time yet. 2.5 minutes left to go. So far we are missing. We're missing Dustin Sargent, but we got Matt Mateer here. So again, a 5-car count again this week. If you were here with me last week, I had to dual broadcast and race control. Looks like that is a possibility again tonight. Bobby Everson is now out on track in that 008. First lap that he puts in is a 13.482. So the entire field still within 0.4 of a second of each other. Bobby Everson now closed that gap up, jumped up to the 4th spot. Working on Matt Mateer. Looks like Matt's trying to figure out that low line for if that bottom goes away. And as has come customary with the lower car counts here as of late, we will be burning the track in after the 3 wide thunder. Thank you. we're getting ready to end practice now. One thing I will mention as we get ready to wrap up week 2, we do have one drop week for all 5 series, which means that next week when we go to show the point standings, you will notice some of these drivers that have multiple wins, it is only going to record 1 win. As right now, we focus on Bobby Everton taking his time. He takes the green flag right there, right up alongside the wall. Coming through down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Coming to take the white flag. Bobby Everton puts up a 13.412. That is quick time for now. Michael Lonis, 13.461. Here comes Falcon Smith, put in his first time. No, taking the green flag. Falcon Smith with a 13.429. Matt Mateer did not have his first time recorded. I'm guessing he got into the wall there. Falcon Smith now to quick time with a 13.306. Matt Mateer's second lap was a 13.431. Looks like Bobby Everton out here trying to wear that track in a little bit more. Not sure if it actually does or not, but he's going to get the practice in while he can. We don't have any rules against it, so go for it. It only takes your first 2 laps. If it does wear the track in more, well, guess what? We're just going to get a little bit more racy come feature time. Everybody has taken their laps. We are going to hold off for the next 2.5 minutes. We have had drivers on occasion come in the last couple minutes of qualifying. So we are going to leave that open just in case drivers do end up being able to come in last minute. We'll go ahead and take a lap around with Bobby Everton. Listen to how he's working that throttle and turning. Oop, he's going to go ahead and pull her into the pits just as we do that. So we took a couple turns with Bobby Everton. Got a minute 21 left in practice. Right now, not counting tonight because we haven't added those into the starters. That Snead Game Farm Dedicated Driver Award. Matthew Mateer leads with 7 starts. Matthew Mateer and Brian Gunderson are tied with 7 starts apiece. Austin Medea, Bobby Everton, Ian Humphreys, and Falcon Smith were all tied at 6 starts. Martin Duran Jr. has 5. Trevor Kuna, Jerry Rogers, Dustin Sargent, all with 4 starts. And then with 3 starts, you have Lyle Robinson, Bud Mullenix, Corey Kerstetter, and Michael Lonis. At 2 starts, you have Brody Brown, Gavin Tatum, Luke Rakowski, Dustin Subert, Kyle Rozak, Robbie Milburn, Andy Walker, Chris Forsyth, and with only 1 start apiece, David Tecumseh, Clint Tennyson, and Mark Spittlemeister. All right, your Heat 1 lineup is the 34 of Falcon Smith. Starting pole. To his outside, the 5 of Michael Lonis. Inside row number 2, rolling off third, will be the 008 of Bobby Everton. To his outside, the 64 of Matt Mateer. And then your 5th and final starter is the 80 of Brian Gunderson. How they finish this is exactly how they will start. How they finish this heat is exactly how they start the A main here in just 8 laps and a warm-up. Falcon Smith keeping up with that pace truck a lot more than we've seen all week this week. Most everybody else has kept a really slow pace. Start is on Falcon. He must be in 3 and 4. He's in the restart zone, and he is on the gas. They are side by side coming into turn number 1. The 5 of Lonis working that high side. He is clear and has the lead. Lonis has the lead over Smith. Smith working the outside. Now the 64 working the inside of Smith, but Everton was working the inside of Mateer. Mateer now looking to the high side. Now dives down low with Smith. They're side by side at the line. Can't quite get him clear. Still working in low 1 and 2. Smith in the wall a little bit, but Mateer still falls back slightly. Everton still right there on Mateer's bumper. All 5 cars, bumper to bumper through 1 and 2. Mateer into the wall a little bit. He's going to lose a little bit of ground onto Smith. Still get all 5 cars in your shot, but they are single file. Lonis out front starting to gap the field by almost half a second. See Falcon Smith searching around, seeing if he can get a run somewhere. Matt Mateer, though, right up along the wall, making things interesting, trying to see if he can catch anything up there. You see the 008 of Bobby Everton trying to work a little bit lower, see if he can find something there. Right now, this track is very high. The high side is the place to be. Hopefully, we'll get that slicked off. 1 lap to go. White flag for Michael Lonis. And here they come. The checkered is in the air. And it's Michael Lonis, Falcon Smith, Matt Mateer, Bobby Everton, and Brian Gunderson. We will give you that lineup again come feature time. But that is exactly how they are going to line up for the feature. All right. Here they are. They're getting ready to come out for the 3 wide Thunder thank you. Get them lined up here. Your first row is taking place. They should fall. The other 2 cars should fall in behind them very shortly. As soon as you guys hear me done making the 3 wide call, go ahead and just fire off. Burn the track in. All right, it looks like they're lined up. Ladies and gentlemen, here they come out of turn number 4. They are 3 wide to tell each and every one of you thank you for the support and views. It's the 3 wide Thunder. Thank you. All right, and we're going to go ahead and let them burn it in. I'm going to go ahead and crank it up so you can enjoy the sights and sounds of the cars. All right, just 30 seconds left to go in practice. 15 seconds to go in practice. Right now, Falcon Smith the quickest in your warm-up. Everybody within 0.3 of a second. We've seen a good one Sunday night in these 358s. I feel like we're in for another good show tonight. 5 cars for this feature. Your starting lineup will be the 5 of Michael Lonis to his outside the 34 of Falcon Smith. Inside row number 2 is the 64 of Matt Mateer. Rolling off fourth is the 008 of Bobby Everton. And then rounding out the field is the 80 of Brian Gunderson. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when we created this Thunder Throwdown series coming into Season 3A, we wanted to figure out who was the best of the best on dirt all the way around. This isn't about setups. They are a fixed setup car. So it is about how you can drive the different dirt cars on iRacing. Getting ready, coming through 3 and 4. Lonis hits the gas at the first tire and he's gone. The 64 getting a good start as well, putting a nose out to second place, but now he's starting to fall back on that inside line, starting to get freight trained. The 008 of Bobby Everton working the high side. Bobby with the momentum on the high side, has him clear. Move Everton to third. That moves Mateer back to fourth. Gunderson not letting these top 4 out of his sight. Working that bottom side, trying to find some grip down there. Michael Lonis, though, almost a 1 second lead already, just 5 laps into the feature. Your battle now is starting to heat up for second place as Bobby Everton is tracking down Falcon Smith. Everybody right up along the high side. That's the place to be. Bobby Everton, though, trying to pressure Mateer trying to pressure Everton into a mistake, and as I say that, Mateer makes a mistake. Right now, closest battle is back here between the 34 and the 008. Lonis starting to run away with this a little bit. As they come down and flick off another lap. 7 down. This is your battle right here. The 64 tracking Everton back down. You're starting to see that track flick off a little bit into 1 and 2. Barely getting a little bit in 3 and 4 as well. Michael Lonis now starting to lose a little bit of ground to Falcon Smith. Falcon Smith has that lead back in under a second. Matt Mateer, though, has caught Everton. Everton gets in the wall. That allows his Mateer to close up a little bit more. Mateer right up on the wall. Now sticks the nose down low at Everton. Doesn't get all the way under there. Everton protects that high side again through 1 and 2. Comes down off the wall a little bit, but Mateer bobbles just a hair. Now Mateer trying to work a lane lower than Everton. Does not get anything happening there. Very comfortable lead for the 5 of Lonis. Here you see Brian Gunderson working, trying to keep everybody up in his sights. We'll go back to this battle. Mateer still has not been able to make a move on Everton. He's looking low. That top side starting to slick off a little bit. We coming up to halfway next time by. Once we hit that halfway mark, we might be able to start seeing some side-by-side racing. Now Mateer almost had a run to the high side, but Bob closed that door. Matt back down low. Still can't get side-by-side. We are now halfway. They're still bumper to bumper. Smith, we're watching that gap. Still right around the second. This is still the closest battle on the track. Mateer making right on the bumper, trying to get Everton to make a mistake. Everton still not doing it. Mateer tried looking low again, still did not. That high side still has the momentum. Still too much grip up there to make the inside line work. For that inside to come in, that high side's really got to start going away, especially in these fixed set-up cars. They are bumper to bumper here for this third and final podium spot. Coming down to 10 laps to go. Here comes Mateer trying to look low again. Can't get clear. Has to tuck back up inside. 10 laps to go for Lonis. Now out to just over a second lead. Mateer trying to fall back to get a run to maybe time it better to be side by side. Going into the turn to be able to throw a slider. Starting to fall back just a little bit. It seems like maybe Everton has grabbed a little bit of ground there. We will end up having lap traffic for this third place battle. 7 laps to go. Bumper to bumper. They're getting ready to come up on Brian Gunderson. There you see him in the picture. There's nose to tail down the front straightaway. Gunderson staying low. Allowing these guys to run that high side. Gunderson up about mid-track. Now Mateer looking low. A little bit of contact coming down to the flag stand. They both keep it going. Gunderson pulls down out of the way just a little bit. He's not getting in the way. These two still hard at it. 4 laps to go. Looks like Everton in the wall a little bit. Mateer right up alongside that wall. Now almost tries to get a fender alongside. Can't do it. Everton bobbles a little bit in 4, in 3, 2, in 2 there. Almost allows Mateer to get alongside. 2 laps to go. Not missing anything up front. Michael Lonis up to an almost 3-second lead. White flag. Oh, there's contact, and around goes Everton on the last lap. Mateer, feeling bad for that, gives it back to Bobby Everton. Hey, Matt, good sportsmanship. I'd like you up in the booth, too. All right, we will talk to Matt Mateer. That is some excellent sportsmanship, so we will definitely give him praise here on the broadcast as well, because, ladies and gentlemen, most of the time, you do not see that contact and have them give it back. That's very awesome to see, and we are very proud that that is the way our guys race. You're good. So we will wait for them to jump up into the waiting room now, and we will start our interviews. And we will start with your winner, Michael Lonis. You got a copy, Mike?
Yes, sir. How are you tonight, Jay?
Man, dominating performance. I wish we could have put the camera on you a little bit, but it was a close one for third, and you were walking away with this. But go ahead and walk us through your night and how you were able to be so dominant.
I just had a good car starting out. We had a decent qualifying effort. I was hoping to be fast time, kind of set the tone for the heat, and got a good start in the heat with Falcon there, and timed it up good, like Robbie did to me at Fairbury. So I just kind of timed it up, and yeah, we got the heat win, and getting to set the pace in the feature was huge. I think Falcon got it. We got in. Me and Falcon got together a little bit there in the start. I didn't. These things are really hard to drive under caution, but I think we kind of got into each other, and then right when we were about to fire, so took the green, and I about lost her there with 1 and 2, one of them laps, and climbed the wall pretty good. After that, it took me the rest of the race to figure out how to drive 1 and 2. 3 and 4 was great, but 1 and 2 was tough. But it was great. Finally got the monkey off our back, and got a win with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know we talked a little bit Monday night about Eldora, but for those that didn't watch Monday night, how do you feel going into Eldora next week?
I feel really good. We had a super late models, so I mean that's right up my alley. We're pretty good at Eldora. Hopefully, I don't know these guys very well, so I don't know how familiar they are with late models, but hopefully we can double up. I think we got a good shot at it. I've got a lot of laps around there in the pros and supers, so and the limiteds. So hopefully Eldor is good to us.
All right. Any sponsors, shout outs, anybody you want to thank for getting you here tonight?
Sure, I'd like to thank you for putting us on, broadcasting and everything. It's really awesome. High Point Firearms, Dice Race Designs, RPM Performance Parts, Black Diamond Transport, BCR Sim Products, iRacing Dirt Memes, Dice Race Designs, Turn 2 Photography, and FML SDC Racing, Magility Speed Shop, and Chris Ferguson Motorsports.
All right. Well, congratulations on a win, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again next week.
I hope so. Hey, have a good night, Jay.
You too. All right, that was your winner, Michael Lonis. Bringing home second was Falcon Smith. You got a copy, Falcon?
Hey, how you doing, Jay?
All right. Was there anything you could have done to catch Lonis up there in front of you?
It was pretty much a one groove ripper around the top deal tonight. Kind of there to start, kind of got doored going into three and bent my left front a little bit too, so had that going against me. But still, outside of that, don't think there's much I could have done. I just got schooled on those two restarts there in the heat and the feature. So
All right. How do you feel going into Eldora next week?
um, pretty good. Got to feel better. Got Fairbury and Kokomo out of the way on the schedule early, so we're all downhill from here as far as I'm concerned. Those were two toughest tracks. Get them out of the way early, and we'll go race now.
All right. Any sponsors, shout outs, anybody you want to thank for getting you here tonight?
Crub Brothers Racing, ML Performance, Embroidery FX. Um, just appreciate everybody that made it possible. Thanks TRL. Appreciate you guys putting this deal on.
All right. We appreciate you coming out, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you again.
Yep, sounds good.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
All right. That was your second place finisher, Falcon Smith. Now we're going to go ahead and bring up Bobby Everton rounding out the podium. You got a copy, Bob?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
All right. Walk us through your night. Is there anything you could have done to get those two in front of you? And do you have anything family appropriate you want to say to Matt?
Family appropriate. I like how you put that. I don't think there's a thing on earth I could have done to catch or pass the two guys, Michael or Falcon. There, I had no chance. These cars I think are more in their realm. I think I have a better chance when we go to sprint cars and or midget. And I was just talking with Mateer, like I I didn't have any hard feelings about him. I mean, he gave the spot back because he didn't feel what he did was right. And I told him at the same time, man, we were just neck and neck the whole time. It comes down to one of those things where you have to try something.
Yeah,
And
it definitely did not look intentional in the broadcast booth, but yeah,
it didn't feel malicious to me in any ways. He was just, I mean, it's your last opportunity to try to do something. Because there was periods where I was faster, there's periods where he was faster, and these cars are just super hard to pass in, especially with a track state the way it was and the low car count. So I don't blame him at all for just trying to keep it close and see if he could pull something maybe the last turn. And I think I just checked up a little too much, and he was pushing it hard. So there's no hard feelings.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it looked unintentional, but I am going to give him some major props for giving the spot back, because that's not something that you see very many places. A lot of people, they'll get into you and just keep going.
Oh, 100%. I thought, my my podium was done at that point. I didn't expect him to let off. I mean, and again, I said with these cars, allow you to do a little more rubbing than you're used to in dirt racing because, as you know, I'm a sprint car driver and any contact's bad contact with those. So I'm just happy to be part of the series. It's a lot of fun. I hope we can get some more people in it. And I know you're putting it up for a vote to push the time back. I think that could be beneficial and look forward to next week. Have no idea
Yeah.
what we're running or where we're racing, but
Well, next week we roll into Eldora for all 5 series, and the challenge series is super late models.
oh shit, that ought to be interesting.
So we finally break out the big boy toys next week.
Yeah, well, I don't think I have the mental throttle control for that, but we're gonna give it hell.
All right. How do you feel about the sprint car and midgets at Eldora?
I'd probably be far more confident in those.
All right. Any sponsors, shout outs, anybody you want to thank for getting you here tonight?
No, I hate all of you.
All right. Well, feelings mutual there, Bob.
Yeah, no, I'll start off by thanking my team, Black Bullet Racing. Definitely putting you out there first. Thanking you for putting on, expand your horizons this year and putting on a bunch more different car classes. I think it's really cool. Giddings Mobile Repairs, a sponsor for me and our team. Got Derek G LLC, Du Bois Welding, Dubby, and Nuke's Performance for our setups. And just appreciate everyone who watches the streams and helps us out.
All right. Well, congratulations on a podium, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you quite a bit more.
Yeah, we'll find out. Thanks, bud.
Yeah. Take it easy, Bob. All right. That was Bobby Everton, your third place finisher. Now we're going to go ahead and do an extra interview, and we're going to call this one the Sportsmanship Award. Matt, a lot of people wouldn't given that spot back. What was going through your mind when you decided to lift and give it back to him?
I was racing him hard all the way through the entire night. It would be completely unfair, especially when he was in towards the wall, to just sit there and I'm trying to get off the gas as well to sit there and just turn him out, and it always it leaves a sour taste in my mouth because you want to race the guy to actually race and beat him, not just sit there and just turn him out. Robin's racing, but when you turn a guy out, that's not racing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I will say iRacing has a reputation of being very bad about people incidental. I mean, that was incidental, but especially incidental contact, they'll keep going, and you didn't. So definitely giving you the Sportsmanship Award for the night. I wish there was some money we could hand out to you for it, but um, all the funds are tied up. So,
Yeah, no,
but
it's again, it's all about promoting clean racing and doing the right thing, and that's what's part about this league is it gives guys that are new to learn and to grow and to do the right thing shows more that this is the right way to race versus me just sitting there taking someone out and then just going for third place and being like, I'm the winner. No, that's just not kosher in my book, and it doesn't display the qualities and the values that I want to display when I'm racing. So one of my idols is Greg Hodnett and how much everyone appreciates him, but he was such a clean racer that everyone wanted to be around him and race him because they know what they were getting. And so that's kind of how I view myself, and I want to always continue to be a clean racer, but at the same time I also want to race people right, not wrong.
yeah, absolutely. And you did an excellent job, and I wanted to give you praise. I gave you praise live right there when it happened, and just wanted to let you know that, hey, that is the kind of stuff that we like to see here at Thunder Racing League, and thank you for doing the right thing and um, making stuff as right as possible. So even if it
Yeah.
is just hard racing, you don't want it to finish like that. So
No, no, and then I race enough with Bobby enough, and he knows that it was never anything personal at all. But it's racing, and I mean, even with road course guys, if you don't do that or give back the spot, it's one of those things where you just want to make sure everything's done right. So.
absolutely. So how do you feel going into Eldora next week in any of the 5 classes? Because you are the only driver, I believe, that has ran that has
4 of
now
5.
started all 5.
No, I've only done 4 of the 5. I have not touched a single 305 race yet.
Okay, yeah, you came into the one lobby, yeah.
Yes, I came into the one lobby, but no, so yeah, I've pretty much done 4 out of the 5 races. I do have some, well, as I say, it's fixed for supers, isn't it?
Yes, they are
Okay,
fixed
so
SSR setup.
okay, so I've got some work cut out for me practicing and running that. I know last time when we did the 100 for that track, um, definitely was a highline race, but with how everything's kind of changed with the tires, I want to see how much is progressed. Just in general, might be a more of a middle track race towards the end. See how things go. Just want to make sure we get the car count, go from there, because not a lot of guys want to race Kokomo. It's one of those short tracks. It's difficult and technical, and if you don't know how to race it, um, it definitely becomes hard for a lot of people. But with Eldora, I'm hopeful we'll pick up a couple extra cars, especially being supers too. And it'll probably be a good fun night with that. So I probably will do the same thing I always do: run the high line, see if I can drive job a couple people, and just have a great night.
All right. Well, congratulations on a decent run and making it a close finish. And like I said, and I'll say it again, doing the right thing when incidental contact is made. So
Appreciate it. You have a great night, Jay.
you too, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again.
Have a good one. Bye.
You too. All right, that was Matt Mateer, giving him the proverbial sportsmanship award. And now we will do our sponsors shout out. We want to thank School of Sim Racing, as I said, to Matt. They are the ones that provide all our Wednesday night fixed setups. Stevenson Family Performance, they are a monetary backer. Look them up on Facebook. Giddings Mobile Repair, your one-call shop for all your automotive, commercial vehicle, farm equipment, and trailer repair needs in and around Tulsa. We serve a 50-mile radius of Tulsa. They are a monetary backer of the league. Diamond Designs, giving out 5 free racks this season to each series champion. That's a value of over $100. Veterans and Warriors One Stop Shop, a nonprofit organization with the gearing to end veteran suicide. We have, here at Thunder Racing League, we have partnered up with them. Half the money we make on our money races, there's 2 a year, one at Memorial Day, one on Veterans Day. Half the money we bring in from those races gets donated to Veterans and Warriors One Stop Shop. If you would like to donate yourself, look up Veterans and Warriors One Stop Shop on Facebook and send them a message asking them how to donate. Or if you are in the league Discord, look up Justin Jones. He has the VWAS behind his name. And send him a message and ask him how you can donate. And then last but not least, we would like to thank Sneed Game Farms for providing the Sneed Game Farm Dedicated Driver Award. That award goes to the driver who has the most starts among the 5 series in the 12-week season. With that, I want to say good night, and we will see you Sunday night. Please watch Discord and Facebook. There is a vote up to possibly get later starts on Sundays and Mondays. We'll see what the league says. We are trying to get bigger car counts out here, so we're going to see what we can do to help focus stuff to the drivers. It will be posted on the Facebook page and in Discord if the times change. With that, now I will say good night, and we will see you Sunday.